I'll start with the QBs. My first boom this week is Taysom Hill.
Oh.
Believe it or not, I know a lot of people are probably going to be like scared because they're playing Kansas City. But I do expect them to bounce back after that horrendous loss against the Eagles. And I think they're going to game plan better. And I think Sean Payton's a very good head coach. I think this is more of a gut feeling. And Kansas City isn't the best defense necessarily, which a lot of people think they are because they're so good. But they're actually not the best. So I think Taysom just gets a lot of opportunities here. And I like him than a lot of other QBs.
Cool. All right. I have Jared Goff playing in the Jets.
We've picked him 3 weeks in a row in something.
Have we now?
Yeah. You picked sleeper, bust.
Now boom.
I picked bust. And I guess I didn't pick him this week.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing the Jets, and it's tough because sometimes the Jets are winning, and then they lose in great fashion for the what's the word I'm looking for? For the tank.
For the tank.
For the tank. And then they play last week, but they got 3 points. But nonetheless, I mean, if people are afraid that Goff is not gonna go off, Goff.
I see what you mean there.
Yeah. Just because they're playing the Jets, they're gonna be up like a Russell Wilson. He guns blazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes some QBs just need that. And
at least it's a safe matchup, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think especially with Seahawks and Cardinals breathing down the Rams back and for that first place in that division, they still got to win games. They still got to be somewhat competitive. So
moving up to bust, this is probably my riskiest pick. It's Josh Allen.
You've had Josh Allen before as a bust.
Have I?
And it was because, I believe it was against the Jets. They
That's
aren't
right.
going to play as much.
But it actually ended up working because he didn't play that well.
Oh,
it was
okay.
true.
Oh.
That being said, this week is different because they're actually playing a tough defense. They're playing Denver. People sleeping on Denver. I think they're a decent team.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, they're a decent team, and their record doesn't show that, but their defense is probably one of the better ones, and so I think it's going to be a tough time for Josh. My thing is, I don't think he's going to just stink the bed, but I just don't think he's going to get near his projected, which is around 20 points.
Gotcha. My bust, and this is a risky one too, is Deshaun Watson. Yeah, and it's tough because I love Watson. I think he's a great QB, but I mean, no Fuller, no offense, kind of look like that.
Yeah.
And they're playing against the Colts. It's gonna be a rough matchup.
It really looks like it's like Deshaun by himself on the offense.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
does.
even Duke Johnson has been that starting running back since David's been out, and Duke gets nowhere. Every week you're like, oh, this is Duke's week. This is Duke's week. But it's like
he's one of those running backs where even when you have the opportunity, you just can't.
It's because why? It's because he learned from Lamar Miller.
I was just about to say it's like Lamar Miller.
He learned from Lamar Miller.
Sorry, Lamar.
the king of bell cow running backs that don't produce anything.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, it's gonna be it's already a tough matchup regardless whoever the quarterback is on a good team, with a good, receiving core. It's gonna be harder for Watson.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the safest choice this week.
Okay. Moving on to sleeper, I have Derek Carr going against the Chargers.
I thought about choosing him too.
I mean, the Chargers are bad. I mean, Matt Ryan would have had a great game if he didn't throw freaking 3 picks in a row. That said, I do expect I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of offensive action. I think Derek Carr is going to have a lot of opportunities this game.
Nice. All right. I have Big Ben against the Bengals. Steelers, after that 11-0 start, they thought they were going to make 11-0 start, right?
Oh, they lost 2 in a row.
Now they lost 2 in a row.
I didn't realize that.
I think the Steelers finally got humbled, and they aren't as good. I mean, I think they're a great team, but they're not like an undefeated
type of team.
And they were high on their horse. 2 games in a row lost. They're playing the Bengals. Divisional game. I mean, it should be an easy win. I think the entire offense needs to, they need a pick-me-up game. And I think this is their week.
Okay.
Yeah.